outside Washington University, you are not outside the community. The minute that you lay your head on a pillow in St. Louis and make a commitment to go to school here, you are part of the St. Louis community. And I'm really happy that you're in this room, because I think that means that you all recognize that. As Emily said, my name is Roseann Weiss, and I am the Director of Community Art Programs and Public Art Initiatives for the St. Louis Regional Arts Commission. So my card's this long, or it folds out. But the other thing that I do as part of the Regional Arts Commission is I am Director of the Community Arts Training Institute, and I'll talk about that in a second. If you're familiar with the Regional Arts Commission, how many of you are? Okay, and you'll see RAC, this little logo in places, RAC. And Regional Arts Commission is primarily a funder. So we fund everybody from the smallest community center doing arts to the St. Louis Symphony. And we give away about an average of $3.5 million a year to arts programming in St. Louis City and County. And where do we get our money? Most of our money comes from a small portion of the hotel motel tax. So if you're not from St. Louis, be sure that your parents stay in hotels when they come to visit you. Okay? Yeah, they can't sleep on the floor of your dorm room. As you can imagine, like everybody else, our revenues are down because of the economy. But we have been able, since 1985, when we started, to give away about 5,000 grants that equal about $70 million. And lately it's been about $3.5 million a year that we can give away to about 210 arts programming. Now, one of the interesting things about the Regional Arts Commission is that unlike other commissions or arts councils in other places, we will give funds to non-arts organizations, so social service organizations, community organizations, universities, doing arts programming. So you don't necessarily have to be an arts organization to come to us for funding. So what does that mean? That means we're very much interested in seeing what happens with the arts outside of the traditional theaters and outside of the traditional art galleries, art that happens within the community. So when the Regional Arts Commission was doing that, something happened. There was a discussion about the quality of the art, who was doing it, how people could do it, what it means for artists to work within the community, and what the community wanted artists to do with them. So how do you do that? So in 1997, and actually before that, some people, Ann Holbrook and actually Janie Iber, who's sitting right here, were among the people that started the Community Arts Training Institute. So the Community Arts Training Institute is going into its 13th class this year. We're in the midst of that class. So for 13 years, there's been a 5-month training for 16 people. And our model is this, which again is a model that you don't see other places. We'll take 8 artists of any discipline, dancers, singers, musicians, theater people, visual artists, who am I leaving out? Circus, yes. Circus arts, we have had circus arts.
Yes.
And 8 people who are social workers, community activists, community organizers, educators, administrators. And we cross-train them for 5 months in a pretty intensive situation. So the reason that we do that is to foster collaborations and partnerships. Because real community art, real work within a community, does not happen successfully or sustainably without the understanding of what real collaboration means and what real partnerships mean. So Steve is in the current class, and he's probably getting sick of me here saying collaboration, 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 collaboration. But it's what it's about. And what real collaboration and real negotiation and real understanding and real partnership, that is how real community arts happen. So that you think about how you work within a community, how you come within a community, and also how you exit a community. Those things are really important to understand. And we train. One of the ways I talk about the community arts training is that I want people to speak the same language so that they can come together. So that when an artist says to the social service agency with which they are working, I don't know how to evaluate this. You're telling me that every program that your social service agency does needs an evaluation component. I don't know how to evaluate joy. In fact, we just spent a whole weekend, didn't we, Steve, talking about how to evaluate joy. So, that's one of the things that we do. Opposite of that, if you are from the social service sector or the community sector, and art is not part of your language, when an artist says, hey, don't worry, that mural, that theater project, that symphony, that opera, whatever it is that we're doing within a community is gonna happen. It's gonna happen, it's gonna be great. Don't worry about it. Where the real work happens, where the real change happens within a community is in the creative process. And the social worker might look at you like you have 3 horns on your head because they don't know what creative process means. So we talk about what creative process means and how that's where change happens.